We are the cover decoders. And tonight, we'll be dipping our hands into the open chest cavity of the cover world and examine the beauty within.
Ooh.
How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? You know us. You may not love us. I don't know.
Oh, you love us.
But tonight we're second episode into the coronavirus quarantine times.
That's right. And you picked the perfect description there with chest cavities, as it were.
That's right.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the corona has sadly taken some wonderful people. So this is kind of a legacy episode. But silver lining, we have an episode.
We have. God damn. Thank you for all who passed so we can record and talk shit.
We're not privateering off your death, I swear.
We should also make it clear that did any of these people actually die because of coronavirus?
Yes.
Yeah.
My guy died.
My man did. Okay. My man did.
Because my guy did not.
Well, mine did. He gets gold star.
That's all right, brother. You just throw him on the pile.
Corona star.
That's all part of it.
We pour a little liquor on the fire.
Yeah, that's right, brother. I lost my job not because of corona, but you know what I told the unemployment office? Got fucking corona.
Dollar bills.
Just kidding.
Oh,
we're essential.
Man. So
we're still working.
Who are we starting off with? I mean, the grave is deep, so we got to start kind of rolling these guys in there.
This is a 3-person. Does 3 people equate a mass grave, or is it just
that is a great question. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's like a party grave.
It's not a super massive grave.
No. So there's like super mass, and then there's regular mass grave, deluxe mass.
Deluxe
on a mass level.
Grave.
Does it come in like burger sizes?
We're gonna do the snack size grave. We've got the snack size mass grave.
Speaking of super size, aren't we starting with a special someone, a special film director?
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna take you. I'm gonna take you back in time to when Brengineer was a small child.
Pappy's Veggies.
Yeah, back at Pappy's Vidges.
Oh, and, yes.
We're back at Pappy's. Hey there, Brendan. Welcome back. I got a whole special cummy collection for you. I got it right here. This is my cummy collection.
You got to peel the sticker off.
I'd watch them myself, but I got the glaucoma. Maybe you could watch them and describe them to me.
Do you remember like when the videotapes would have that plastic cover that you have to squeeze the sides to get the tape to drop out?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
You don't remember those?
Plastic
over
slot
time,
at all.
Yeah, it's like you'd have the VHS, the cardboard, right, and the tape, and it would slide into this plastic cover. And if you wanted to get the tape out, you squeeze the sides of the tape, and the tape would pop out, right? That's what they would. That's what they do. And
dirty
tape. Over time, these things would become like piss yellow.
Oh yeah, I love that color. That's the color of soul patches.
Yes. Disturbed listeners. All right, so here's young Brendan walking down the aisles of the video store, and he goes into the place he's not allowed to go. That's the horror movie section, and he sees a video that will scar him for life.
Yes,
and it's a cover by Stuart Gordon called Castle Freak.
Oh yes,
with the cleave.
It's got this horrendous looking. Oh, it's amazing effects, but it is so horrifying to look at.
It's hair lipping hard. It's like all the way up to the eyeball.
Crazy hair lip, blood coming out of mouth, just an awful thing for a kid to see.
Yeah, he looks like your swamp uncle.
Yeah, swamp uncle.
Are we talking about Nestor?
Yeah. Now, prior to this, and this is how these things go. I when I was much smaller, And I was at Pappy's Vidges, right?
Oh yeah, Pappy.
Pappy's Vidges.
I found a movie that would define my childhood, and that was, if you look at this cover, it's for a film called Robot Jox.
Oh.
Now, look at this cover.
All right, I gotta
How is a kid of 8 or 9 years old
going to resist
this cover
this
and not take it home?
Dude, this is porn for children. This is like everything as a child that you want. The only thing it's missing is like in the back a large tentacled creature coming to attack. Other than that, it's got everything you need.
Yeah, so just for the listeners' sake, what we're looking at is the RoboJox cover. It's got 2 great mechs, robot suits facing off. There's fire in the background. There's a couple spacecraft flying overhead. The tagline:
there's an
2
80s
men,
guitar
2
solo
machines,
just going
2 wild. Yeah.
Oh.
So little did I know that
this movie is childhood.
Oh, it's an amazing film. And little did I know that both these films are directed by Stuart Gordon.
Stewie G. We pour a little liquor out for Stuart Gordon.
Stewie.
He has been one of my favorite horror directors for a long time. It was very sad to hear of his passing earlier this year. A little bit about Stuart Gordon. He was born in 1947.
Holy
died this
crap!
year. Yep,
He was born in 47?
He died. He died
Fucker
in
was old.
1940. Yeah, he was born in 1947, and he died of multiple organ failure at the age of 72.
Multiple organ failure. That's like he's eating hot dogs, he's smoking cigars, he's drinking liquor. He's just trying to kill all them organs.
He's trying to kill all the organs.
His body had an agreement.
Corona was like, you know what? I could, but I think I'm going to skip over. I'm going to try someone else.
This guy's going to do himself in. I don't have time. So he started his career as a theater director in the 60s, and he was making these extreme and controversial plays. One of these plays, they would plant people in the audience, and the actors would come down and like pick these people out of the audience and like pretend to beat them and like rape them and stuff. And every single I know. And every single show ended basically with a riot. So that was one of his earlier shows.
Damn.
He was arrested for doing another play shortly after. So he kind of started off right out of the gate as a very controversial person.
Yeah, it sounds like the punk show of plays.
Yeah,
right.
Like, I'm going to take my mom to the show. I'm going to take my mom to a play, and you end up getting Stuart Gordon and be like, all right, who's ready to rock?
Who's ready to eat glass? How about you, Grandma?
Coming for you, Meemaw.
Holy crap, I had no idea.
Yeah. And so he did a lot more theater work, and actually his first film was The Reanimator.
Strong title.
Strong title. Now, if you have not seen 1985's Reanimator, it is an absolute bona fide horror classic.
Yep.
And you must watch it.
Yep.
I mean, let's look at these covers.
You don't have the cover on here.
It's off the schlock scale.
I've got one. That movie is hard schlocking.
If you go to slides, I made a Reanimator slides.
Oh, got it. Oh man, look at that cover.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
look at the head.
We have 3 different versions. The original is the one everyone's seen. It shows the Reanimator. He's holding up this vial. He's got a head on his desk, and the tagline is Herbert West has a good head on his shoulders and another one on his desk.
Real quick, I for the longest time, I thought Jeffrey Combs was the Reanimator. That is incorrect. Mm-mm. It is not Jay Combs. It looks like him, but it's not.
On the cover,
99999.
Dude, that is Jeffrey Combs.
No, it's not the Combs.
Yeah, dude, that is the Combs.
That's the Comb Dog.
Is it the Combs?
Yeah.
That is the Combs.
Oh, so, did I just miscorrect my correct? Nah.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
So Jeffrey Combs is his acting career almost is constantly attached to Stuart Gordon. I mean, he did other things, but most of the time he just worked with Stuart Gordon because I guess they were friends. And he went on to be in all of the other Reanimator films.
It's Jeffrey Combs.
There are two more.
Damn it!
Yeah, I told you.
Dude, this is keep going.
So the second one is for a Blu-ray release. It looks like it's a more painted image. It's got there's this gross evil doctor who's after like the dean's hot daughter, played by Barbara Crampton.
Barbara.
Yeah. Oh, Barbara.
I mean, if I can jump in and explain some of these.
Yeah, do it.
What they are.
Give us the covers, my man.
So the original poster that I've got up here is awesome. It's well done. It's well painted.
It's best, yeah.
I don't know who you are, painter of this poster, and I'm
Amazing
sorry.
Poster.
I spent several hours looking for the artist of this poster, and this is where we need your help, listeners, to figure this one out, because this one's driving me nuts, and it's going to continue to drive me nuts until someone saves us from our madness and figures out who painted this or give us a direction, because anytime I searched for Reanimator,
give us a fat stick.
Original poster artist, I got so many alternative posters, which were fantastic.
Yeah.
One of which
here.
you're looking at right here with the green coming out of the vial and the stylized faces.
So
this
good.
one was done by ghoulishgary. You can go to ghoulishgary.com. I'm going to put up the link there.
Dude, ghoulishgary. Oh, man, he's the castle freak.
Ghoulishgary, which, again, was kind of a hard one to find because I see this image linked to all the time. And finally, I found out that it was ghoulishgary, ghoulishgary.com. And then I don't have this on the slide, but I can show you guys over the thing. There is a Blu-ray image that I found the artist to. And it's this green and white job, and it's kind of like a medical sketch. It's pretty cool, but I don't think it creates the mood of the original poster. But at least I do know that the oh, damn it. Do I know the artist of this? I should know the artist of this. Here it is. Justin Erickson. He did the cover to the new Blu-ray release. But still, the artist of the original poster eluded me, and it's a real shame because, again, the original poster is strong. It's got
very strong.
It's got everything you need right in the middle. It's got the whole chemistry set, but it's not too busy. And then the vial has got the fumes wafting out.
Dude, it's got the schlocky smoke coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool.
Except it's got that soul patch yellow. I wish this one was a little more green, which I've seen it where it's more green, but this is that soul patch yellow.
Yeah, and if you go to the next slide, I did it for the culture. I found a Japanese poster.
Okay, I love Japanese posters. It's got the most
iconic scenes.
Too.
Yeah, it's got one of the most iconic scenes on the front of the poster. This is a photo montage, and there is a blood splotch that is very tastefully covering up the nipple of the lady in distress.
Barbara Crampton,
yeah.
Ooh, tasteful nipple.
So I'll let you take it back over, engineer. But I just wanted to explain what was going on in the slides there, and my everlasting shame that I could not find the original artist to the original poster. And it's hard because when you go to these older movies, it is hard to find the original artist. I don't know what was going on with the studio or whatever, or it's just one of those things where they get swept up in history because this is before they could like put it on their online portfolio, which anybody can do now. But I tell you what, there's really a cult following of artists doing alternative posters and artwork for this film, and there's a ton of it out there. But the two that I pulled up here was from Ghoulishgary and then Justin Erickson, who did the Blu-ray re-release. Ghoulishgary's got some strong stuff on there, and he actually relates to possibly our next episode. I'm going to bring him up again, but he's got some strong artwork.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Ghoulishgary is the cover of this Castle Freak, and now that the cover of this Castle Freak VHS is his running for president profile. You see the red, white, and blue? in
you
like
pull up
the
his,
American Letterman jacket style. Look at the
Did you pull up
Castle
his website?
cover. Ghoulishgary for president. I'll vote for you, Gary.
You got my vote, Gigi. You got my vote.
Careful, he will show you his junk, and when you revile at it, he will kill you.
Save that for the Japanese poster.
Hey, man, you just got to watch the movie. It's all in there.
All right, back to Bringineer.
He started strong with Reanimator. It's kind of like his Stuart Gordon's best known, best loved film.
Strong.
So
Negative.
How do you follow that up? Well, I'll tell you how Stuart Gordon followed it up with a little film called From Beyond. Now,
oh man, I personally enjoy From Beyond better.
I like it better too. Both Reanimator and From Beyond are H.P. Lovecraft adaptations.
And Castle Freak as well.
Castle Freak as well. And Dagon, which is a film he did later.
Oh, you didn't put that in here, dude. That's my favorite.
I know it. From Beyond's a pretty repulsive movie.
Oh, dude, Stuart Gordon,
it's vile.
His weird sex plays. He's like, you know what? I miss doing those. I know what I'll do. I'll make a movie where I can just have that in there.
Yeah. So this is Barbara Crampton again. It is Jeffrey Combs again, and Jeffrey Combs,
who is also in Castle Freak.
He's also with Barbara Crampton.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stick with what works.
Stick with what works.
It's
They
like
all
Christopher
had
Nolan.
sex together. I can guarantee you that.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
On swings. It was weird.
From Beyond is this weird, gross, science gone wrong kind of movie where essentially there's this mad scientist who figures out this machine that lets you see into the world that's all around us, but it's unseen. And the only way you can see
stimulating
it is
your
it's this
pineal gland.
Yeah, with this resonator, right? And so essentially what happens is the doctor disappears in this other world, and Jeffrey Combs' pineal gland like pops out of his forehead.
Dude, like
and he has
pops
to,
out like a little,
and he has
like a
to
little.
He gets a full head boner.
like a little penis, and he has to
Just get that.
he has to eat people's pineal glands to stay alive.
Yeah, dude.
He needs to stay the fuck away from my pineal gland. That's
Hey,
mine.
stay away.
That's my special buddy.
Barbara
My pineal gland is
Crampton.
my own.
Barbara Crampton is this straight-laced sort of scientist who becomes obsessed with sex leather.
Yeah, she finds the main villain's sex lair and sits on the swing.
Honestly, it's an easy thing to do.
There's a swing.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. People think that they had to pay for sets. No, they just filmed at frickin' Stuart Gordon's house. They just went into his weird basement. They covered each other in lube.
Hey Stuart, when are we gonna make another film, man? I'm just kind of like, I just need a. When are we gonna make another film?
You guys
Remember,
want to
guys,
see my
we don't
swing?
judge, just swing.
Dude, okay, so first of all, let's look at this cover. This is probably one of the best covers. It has this greasy greasy-faced man just being stretched out, and he's looking at something with the most hungry, like,
oh yeah,
devouring eyes.
That isn't like malicious. That's nothing. That's I like what you got.
No,
That's
says,
what that is.
I want more penal. Show me your penal glands.
Show me your
That
penal
says
glands.
I can't wait for Stuart's next movie. I can't wait to be on set for Stuart's next movie.
When you're quarantined because of Corona and you're waiting for Stuart Gordon's next film.
Yeah,
that's the face. That's the meme.
When you're looking at the freshly greased sex swing.
Dude, look at the tagline.
Them
Humans are
chains
such
ain't gonna
easy
squeak
prey.
no more.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic.
With the harsh red, and the painting on this is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. This
is one I never saw when I was in the video store.
So
this is a recently new image to me.
Do you want something a little exciting?
I do.
I believe I found the artist who did this cover.
The From Beyond.
Jox,
Oh.
Yeah, who did From Beyond, Jox, as well as...
Thank God.
Yep, let me pull this up real fast here. As well as Ghoulies 2, which if you haven't seen the Ghoulies 2 cover, is the Ghoulies popping out of a toilet. It's fantastic.
It's awesome.
It's so
I
good.
remember that. That is a Pappy's Vidya moment where you're walking by and you see the fucking Ghoulies coming out of the toilet and you're like, I got it. I got it.
I got to see why they're in the toilet.
I got it.
As well as the movie Arena, which I personally have not seen, but if you see the cover, it looks awesome.
Awesome.
This guy's name is Ivano Gatti. Now, here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. This was like, this is why I love doing this, lords and lasses of the cover world, because you feel like a freaking cryptozoologist or archaeologist or whatever the doologist is, just going in there with a little comb and a brush and just chipping away, trying to find facts and data, and it's so hard. So I forget what I did. Apparently. Yeah, yeah. You put on your Gordon leather.
Yeah.
So if you go into Google and you I forget what I typed in like a million different things, but I ended up finding an IMDb Ivano Gatti who did who is part of the art department, and under art department his credits were listed as the From Beyond cover, Jox, Ghoulies 2, and Arena. Yeah, so, and then I was like, okay, well, cool. It says art department, but it doesn't say specifically that he designed the cover poster. So I actually did a little research, and I looked up what the art department in films does. Turns out the art department in filmmaking does many things, a whole freaking list of things. But one of the things that's listed under there is graphic artist. Graphic artist is responsible for making... covers and pictures and whatnot for the film. So I think one of the things is figuring out the lingo for specifically movie covers. So
yeah, detective tapes. He's
on the case. He's snipping it out. So I'm pretty sure this cover, as well as that amazing Jox cover, which is interesting because it's not. I don't think it's a painting. Jox is.
There was a different Jox cover.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
So maybe that was it. It's this guy, Ivano Gatti. However, if you look up Ivano Gatti on the internet, he will not exist. You will not find him. Or it'll just be like pictures of some weird guy with a straw hat with little sculptures.
I cannot find him.
No, yeah.
How did you find him again? You went to the website and you found the art department?
Yeah, if you go on IMDb and you type in the Beyond and you scroll all the way down in the credits, you'll find Ivano Gatti under art direction, which is pretty awesome. Yeah.
So
there you go.
which Jox is it? Is it this one? Is it the Silhouette Explosion?
That one is fantastic. No, this is the one. It's actually the same one. Yeah, it's that one. So maybe he just was in charge of arranging the models. But,
I like that one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It looks painted.
There you go. There you guys go. We have an artist. And
that's how you cover decode, folks.
Yeah, you gotta spend hours just looking up names in the Google generator.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't see that Ivano Gatti was dead. So there you go. He might be still doing art. Who knows?
Dude, Corona, he's not dead.
He's not dead.
Rona hasn't gotten him.
It never fails to, astound me that people who do video covers and posters and stuff, sort of, their credits kind of fall through the cracks a little bit.
Yeah, that is a little disturbing.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much pictures, especially back in the day. I feel like if we looked up Mission Impossible, actually probably still to this day, that like it's not important, or maybe it's just such a niche thing that
what about
it just
Mission
doesn't
Impossible?
matter.
They're just the art department. They don't make the ideas like me, the producer, the guy who puts all the money forward. He's just one of those little scribblers in the corner, probably rubbing on his pineal gland as he draws his little kinky pictures. No, not like me. I'm the important one. I put up the money. I'm the producer.
I was saying, Mission Impossible, whatever, the fifth one with the Tom Cruises. You can probably find the Jack A who made that. He just stapled Tom Cruise's face behind a missile with an explosion. but you could probably find that guy. But you can't find the guy who did this amazing Reanimator picture? Come on!
Well, Osei, I did the thing that you did, and I've got art direction by Robert A. Burns, but I don't know if he did that poster.
He didn't. Nope. He didn't do it.
But he was an art director. He was an art director on Reanimator, Hills Have Eyes, The Howling. So
there you go. Art directors, guys. We gotta look into that. Or graphic artist. And maybe we can delve into the mysteries some more. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have information, if your Uncle Jasper, if Uncle Jasper did the picture,
that's right.
Let us know. We want to get his old crusty butt up here so we can talk to him.
That's
so
right.
why am I not seeing Dagon on here? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when I went into Pappy's VHS,
Yes.
the movie that made me so incredibly puckered, like puckered to the size of a pinhead, was Dagon. And it's this look up the Dagon VHS right now. This amazing side profile of this guy going with his horrible dentures gone wrong, his English dentures poking out, his green skin and coroned yellow eyes.
What are you talking about, Corona? I'm totally clean. I don't have to take no test. I've been wearing my mask all day. You don't touch me with your
Corona
with
tape.
I'm fine. I'd sip a few ales and I'll be fine.
And the other thing is too, like we're talking about the sex swings with Stuart Gordon. If you guys start watching the Stewie G movies, you're gonna notice there's a lot of sweat and grease and just gross. It's very dirty.
Everything's slimy. Everything's icky.
Oh, yeah. I just pulled it up. Oh,
isn't that great?
Smokies.
Isn't that great? That for me is one of the most effective of the horror. Dude, look at the water ripples with the reflecting logo. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Right there.
Gross.
Oh, that is one of my all-time favorite covers. It's blue, green, and yellow. It's all the sci-fi colors going, wee, wee, and the guy going, ah. And as a kid, you're like, monster. And that movie is just full of monsters, guys. It's just full of monsters. And people getting their faces ripped
real bad
off.
CGI.
And
real
horrible
bad
fish
CGI.
legs.
Oh, now
horrible
I can
fish
do it.
legs.
Oh no, the fish legs are the best part of the movie.
No, dude. Sorry. It's not fish legs. The octopus legs are horrible.
Octopus legs? Oh, it's so good.
No, they're bad.
Another Lovecraft excursion. In wrap up, most of Stuart Gordon's films are a blast to watch.
They're so much fun.
They're so much fun. He's done some surprising things. For example, he wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
I believe he also started to direct it, but didn't he get kicked out?
No, I just see here that he was the writer. He did He did a great version of The Pit and the Pendulum with Lance Henriksen as Torquemada.
Oh, yeah.
He did this crazy movie called Space Truckers. Weird, gross sci-fi thing. He did The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit.
Yes, I love that movie. I was going to say.
I've never seen that.
The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit.
It's a good, fun movie. I'm gonna jump on right here at the end and say, like, when I was thinking back on the Stu Gord movies, one of the ones that came up was Dolls. My wife was watching that. One Shocktober,
dude, with the
and just
eyes.
remembering, the thing that got me was when the girl hits the dolls in the face with their belt buckle, and they break apart, and the oozy jelly stuff comes out as like their doll blood. I was like, I sat there in horror watching this thing that was campy and cheesy, but it's still like it's memorable, and I have to say, like, when I was thinking back on Stuart Gordon movies, I was like, these are all fairy tales. These are all like fairy tale movies. Even if there's no magic involved, that you replace the magic with science. It's like there's a thing, someone's messing with a thing they shouldn't. Stuff goes wrong. You learn a lesson. Yeah. Here's the thing. You watch a movie, you learn your lesson. You like what you see. But yeah, it was like he has this like gift of doing these little insular moments or like they're like fairy tales. And like I said, if it's not magic, it's science. But something goes too far. You reanimate too many bodies. You see too many fish legs. You shrink your kids. You find a magical suit. You go to a dollhouse.
Find a sex dungeon.
And then in the end, you've either grown or you've been eaten. But yeah, it was kind of this overarching theme that when you look at his movies, you're looking at modern day like fables or fairy tales.
Yeah, totally. He was definitely a person who liked to take stories and make them his own. I think he was really brought into things like, for instance, if you look at his movies, which he actually doesn't have that many, I would say maybe half of them are Lovecraft themes. And I think he just really liked taking things that he had read or heard of and just taking them to his weird, pervy, amazing, horrible level, man. And yeah, I think that's why people love him, and he's considered a master of horror. And if you watch his films, you'll get it. And the thing is, look at the covers, guys, because the covers for these films are the reason we watch them.
Easily.
Truly,
they're what
it's
drew
how
us
we
in.
found them. Yeah.
Now, can we just appreciate this the wonderful ice cream suit cover? I stuck it below Castle Freak here. Let's just look at this cover. It is amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, Edward James Olmos. Yeah,
it's fantastic. It's this one right here.
No,
I mean, look.
Yes, it's a photo montage. It's got this is if you've ever seen the movie, the guy in the middle with the ice cream suit on is a hobo that they found to foot the extra $20 to buy this suit. And everybody gets a chance to wear the suit. And when they get to the hobo, they give him all these rules about wearing the suit. And what does he go do? He breaks every single one of those rules, and he gets shown on the cover, front and center, with the suit on, looking fabulous. It's a good movie. Again, it's like a fun little romp. It's a fairy tale. It's not, you don't see Stuart Gordon doing any odysseys or trilogies or like these epics. It's these short little like stories that, ramp up fast. And again, I think Wonderful Ice Cream Suit falls into that because there's no schlockiness, there's no blood, there's no weird sex scenes, but there is
dude,
time.
Look at that cover. You know it's schlocky. It's hard schlocking.
And that's the other thing too is he doesn't mind getting a little grease on the suit.
Oh, little chum on the suit, huh?
a little schlock residue.
Little penal juice.
Oh my! You mean the gland,
Stuart,
right?
Stuart, we love you, Gordon. We love you. We're gonna go visit you in your castle in the sky.
We're gonna kiss that bald head.
We're glad you self-died before Corona got you. I think. I don't know. Maybe you would have lived longer. In either case, you were a legacy. You gave us some great covers, and we're gonna just. That's me. That's me pouring out liquor, folks.
Yeah, this is a lesson to everyone: is to go hard, do your thing, and your audience will find you.
Yeah, and you know what? Sorry, last thing about Stuart Gordon, it just goes to show that if you have gross ideas or whatever, and you're like, people will think I'm too extreme, dude, people are gonna watch that shit.
He turned it up to 11 every time.
Extreme ideas, yeah.
I mean, one of his last movies, Edmund, is fucked up. It's fucked up. If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's
his last movie's Stuck, actually, which is a fun one.
I said I haven't seen Stuck, but I did see Edmund, and it's the second to last, I should say. But Edmund's rough. But again, it's kind of a dark fairy tale of like a little bit of paranormal, a little bit of magic gets introduced into a normal life, and things just go off the rails. He turns it up to 11 every time, as should you, listener. Turn it up.
Do it. Turn your covers up. Turn your Gordon up. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of this particular segment for Pour Out the Liquor. However, we are very excited to tell you that this is a two-parter. So many people have died in the last month or two that we got to do two. We got to do two parts.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
So stay tuned. We're going to bring the second part to you here real soon with some amazing covers and some amazing cover artists as well. So stick around. Stuart Gordon, we love you. We pour out a little liquor for Stewie Gordon.
Stewie! Mwah! Hey, we're back. With some more pour out a little liquor because we got so many of these great artists that have passed on. They've passed on, but we will remember them today. We will remember them every day, every way. They have affected our lives, and we will not let their death go unnoticed, unknown. Because the cover world.
That was a rousing speech.
That is because the cover world never forgets.
We're gonna look at covers all the time. Covers all the time. Covers all the time.
No.
Okay, so if you go to the drive and you want to pull up Bill Withers and John Prine, slide. Because that is who we're talking about.
Just so you know, we're back again. If you're popping on this one, click back a little bit. We just did a part one, pour out liquor for Stuart Gordon. Check it out. We're doing part two right now. Inks is kicking it off here with...
Yeah, before I get started, we always forget to do this, but I am Inks. We got tapes and then Brengineer. What's that?
I said, I am here.
You're here. I will tell them.
I will tell them.
Yes. Inks, tapes, Brengineer. We are the cover decoders. We shove our noses into the cummy pile of paperbacks to reveal.
Oh, no.
You almost got me spraying, dude. And I mean from my mouth. Oh, geez.
To reveal
my pineal gland just blew out of my forehead.
Oh, easy with that pineal gland there, buddy. Real quick before I get going, how are you guys doing during the quarantine days here? How's your quarantine?
You know what? Heading back into the quarantine days, Music Zone.
Music Zone.
Yeah, we did that last time. I've recently been listening to a whole lot of Martini. If you guys aren't familiar with the presets, oh boy, I'm gonna do one of their covers at some point because it's great. But dude, the presets, if you want to have a good time and just not feel quite so shitty, just play some presets. Just good music.
I smashed back into. What's that? Go ahead, Bridger.
Did any of you gentlemen take me up on my challenge that I set out last time?
No, because this is pour out liquor. This isn't.
Brengineer has a challenge. Brengineer has a challenge not just for us, but for everyone on the internet. All 12 of you guys listening to us. His challenge was to purchase an album or watch a movie or buy a book based on the cover alone. No description, no summary,
nothing.
Only scene of the cover alone, and see what happens.
Yeah, dude,
see what happens.
He
said to us, look, here's the deal.
Buying.
You see the cover, you buy the thing. You like what you enjoy what you see or listen to.
Enjoy what you get.
Yeah, enjoy what you get. Yeah, so
that's right.
This is kind of weird. Again, we're doing the virtual thing because we're not in the bookhouse, so it's a little harder to plan the episodes out. But
that's right.
I believe these two episodes are going to come out between 8 and 9. So episode 9, we're going to have those drops for you. So please let us know by episode 9 what you have, what you've got. Or just send us your covers whenever.
It was episode 9, I think. Yeah. Episode 8, we dropped down the challenge. So yeah, you can show us your results at Cover Decoder on Instagram, or you can send them to coverdecoder@gmail.com. All right, I'm gonna get into it.
We will talk about those covers.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to bring them up.
Anything you send us, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss.
That's the thing about Cover Decoder. We're not the only cover decoders. You can be a cover decoder. You can shove your nose down into the pile of cummy paperbacks. That could be you, pineal diving right into that pile of covers.
You could snort the old book dust out of the crease.
Easily.
All right, what do you got for us?
Okay, you pull up the slide, you're going to see Bill Withers.
Oh,
Bill Withers just
Bill
recently
Withers.
passed away, not because of Corona,
At?
because of heart complications. His covers.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Heart complications?
For Bill?
Yeah. For Billy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, shit, dude.
Let me check my notes here. Yeah, he was not. It was heart issues. It was not Corona. From heart complications, his family said.
Was he an old timer? Was he getting his groceries delivered?
He was getting up there because he was born. He was born in 1938.
Oh man, he got a leg up on Stuart Gordon.
Yeah, he did.
Damn.
And Bill looked great. If you look at a picture of him in his later years, he was just this beautiful dandelion. You know, the dandelion with the little white, the little white fuzz on it. He just looked like this happy dandelion.
Oh my goodness!
Naked and warm.
Okay, don't go to naked and warm yet. I just want you to look at the. You've got to look at the. You got to look at the three.
I love this shot. Just as I am, he's just like that's straight up blue collar, shirt tucked in, little lunch pail going on.
Dude, the lunch pail.
I'm just going to work at the cannery.
So his left-hand pocket is like
just
bulging, and this is pre-cell phone days, so I can't imagine what the hell would be long and rectangular down the side of his pocket.
Dude, Bill Withers had some swag. Had some swag in his
mad
jeans.
swag. So yeah, the first two images are his first album. I did a thing with both Bill and John is I pulled up their first album and their last album. So his first album is Just As I Am, and then the second image is the back of that album. Again, he's holding that lunchbox so lovingly and just laughing. Laughing.
Dude, this first image is before he discovered cocaine and women, and the last image is
exactly.
Well, I mean
that's what I wanted to
like. First of all, this last Bill Withers record it's all white. He's wearing white, and it's called "Watching You, Watching Me." This is like the most paranoid Coke album of all time.
and it's funny because you can see a massive difference between the '60s and the '80s here. If I put these covers out in front of you and I said, which one's from the 60s, which one's from the 80s, you would know exactly what we're dealing with. This is, in his last album, apparently he was not having a good time with the studio. He was about ready to call it quits. No, he was not having fun. He was watch me kick your ass is what he's trying to say in this. So this cover, he's looking straight on at you and there's a mirror kind of crooked, and you can see that he's actually looking at a woman who's now looking at him. It's funny. It's a very good play on words.
It's funny.
Play on words. But then I pulled up the second slide is my favorite album based on the image alone. And I listened to I kind of did do the Brengineer challenge because I pulled up all of his albums and I said, I'm listening to this one all the way through. And I did. And it is called Naked and Warm. Now, if you think you know what Naked and Warm looks like in your head, you are wrong.
No, you don't know. You don't know.
Brengineer, tell me what you're looking at.
Okay, well, let's see. He's wearing a straw hat. And I'm disappointed because he's not naked. Let me
cut in here real quick. This is what's happened.
The album is called Naked and Warm.
He just got back. He was on a trip to Peru. He was in Peru. He got his full Peruvian getup, and then he did some peyote or whatever the spiritual medicine is. He got arrested at customs. And they took his photo. And this is what...
That is not what I'm seeing at all. I'm seeing Bill Withers stepping out of the jungle in his straw hat. And he's got on some sort of African... I'm not sure what he's wearing, but it's like a loose-fitting, flowing garment. And he's got this talisman around his neck. And he is reaching into a satchel.
Yeah, what's in this
and he is not reaching...
That's what I'm saying. It's his peyote bag.
It is not his whole hand. It is not his whole hand. He is reaching in with just his index finger and his thumb, and so that is a very specific type of reach, and he has got that smile on your face like, you about to learn today. You're gonna go on a journey.
This looks like a dime store paper bag, and he's reaching in for a chicken strip.
Right. Either way, he's stepping out of the rainforest, and then the back of the cover is him like floating away in the clouds. No, it's not him. It's another photo of him, but he's just straight laughing because you took a hit of whatever.
Oh yeah,
he just gave you.
He's never been this high before, and he thinks it's hilarious.
It's a decent album. The cover has nothing to do with what's on the album. But one of the things I noticed right away when I was looking up Bill Withers and John Prine is all of their albums are just pictures of them in their different stages of life, and it's kind of a folk thing. It's kind of a folk trope, and they're kind of on the folk spectrums of both of their genres. Music? Well, he does like soul. I would expect
this is weird, like funk. Jazz.
No, it's
like funk jazz 70s. Yeah.
Well, real quick. So, Bill Withers is best known for doing "Lean on Me." My favorite Bill Withers song is
really. I had no idea.
Yeah, is "Lovely Day." You know, "Lovely Day, Lovely Day."
Oh yeah.
So. All these songs are like really feel good. Like you can put them on a lazy Sunday afternoon, smoke that joint you've been saving in your little special satchel that you got on your vacation.
Like, doing drugs, and
just like wiping down all the counters, cleaning all the windows, like trying completely to get laid. By your wife, just doing all the chores and just bumping Bill Withers all day long, keeping you that steady.
Maybe watching yourself in the mirror while you do it.
Easily. You might try on that straw hat you swore you'd never wear again. But both Bill and John,
I have to put on the talisman and take the stuff so I can get up again.
It puts the talisman on the skin.
So it can get the erection again.
Up again. The pineal up again.
How's my pineal glands?
Withers, but Bill, is good, feel-good music. It's, I mean, some of the lyrics, they get hot and heavy and everything, but I cannot see a place being shut down or raged out because you played Bill Withers music. This is bring people together music.
Yeah,
but him and John both have a bunch of albums where they're just looking at the camera. And what this does is it gives you a snapshot of their lives. So if you go down to slide 3, this is the first, middle, and last cover of John Prine's.
Oh my goodness. Dude.
Look at him in the center. Look at him in the center picture. Dude, what a cool looking dude. And
dude, he is in his prime.
What's the bulging left-hand pockets on these guys' jeans?
He is blowing. Yeah, dude, in the middle picture, he is blowing out your Aunt Becky's back after she went up to him after the concert. He is making it happen.
In this last one, he's just like, "Where am I?"
Yeah, in the last one, so the first cover,
my daughter put on my coat.
Are you my granddaughter? Yeah. Yeah, in the first cover, it's a hopeful young John Prine sitting on a couple of hay bales. And real quick, if you don't know John Prine, he was like a singer-songwriter, as he's been described. He wrote a lot of music. Angel from Montgomery is a popular one. My favorite John Prine song is called Fish and a Whistle. Look that up on...
Fish and a Whistle. That's a great song.
Fish and a Whistle.
Fish and a Whistle.
Yeah,
Fish and a Whistle.
On Dented Orange. But it's very folky, very rhymey, kind of like more palatable Bob Dylan music.
Real quick, if I was to go into a record store... The first slide here, the one Inks is talking about, him sitting on a hay bale, I wouldn't touch that. This middle one, John Prime, like with his cigarette out, busting Aunt Becky's back out.
What's the name of the album?
John Prine in his prime.
I would put that shit up.
What's the name of that album?
I'm zooming in on the pockets here. So here's my guess. The left-hand side's really lumpy. It looks like probably keys. But he's got like this
before
tube
cell phones.
In the other pocket. It might be chapstick.
Dude, maybe it's his nutsack in one pocket.
Why are they tube-shaped?
Maybe it's pineal gland.
Maybe he just has a little pocket hole to like just stick his nuts in so he can like have them outside his pocket. It's like that.
Dude, John Prine had to put his hanger somewhere.
The name of this album is called Pink Cadillac, the one they're talking about, and you can follow along on the links.
Dude, what
and
a
you
name!
Can see, Inigo Montoya.
I love the stormy background.
I know. And he's looking at you like, you know what I mean by Pink Cadillac.
And then finally, his last album, 2017, Tree of Forgiveness. And he needs forgiveness. He needs forgiveness here. This is John Prine after he has weathered the storm of his life.
After 8 strokes and aneurysm.
Well, look out from a different angle. Poor guy.
And the COVID did get John. Corona claimed John. The last slide is, the first image is actually an insert of Tree of Forgiveness, which I thought was kind of cool. That's what's fun about albums, is you've got all the artwork that's inside the inserts. Like a lot of artists
put a lot of slide.
What's that?
What the hell is this picture over here?
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. The one I'm talking about has the tree rings superimposed over John's face to show you that he is aged. If you couldn't tell by his photo alone, there's a little metaphor there about the tree rings. And then this is an album I have not listened to. It's called Lost Dogs and Mixed Blessings.
This is bad.
Yeah, that's not the best album cover I've ever seen.
What's that?
This is the cover
like
John Prine designed.
This looks like a Sunday Funnies panel.
It does. It totally does.
The devil's like, want to see my pineal gland?
Yeah. Oh, I think he's got an accordion.
The angel's here to be like, hey, is John in the house? I came to pick him up, and the devil's like, you don't want him. Trust me. You don't want him.
Well, I have to take him because we made a deal. But, if given the choice, I might let him go.
I might dude, look at the graveyard in the back.
And there's the winged dogs.
This was really ahead of its time for John, wasn't it?
I'm trying to pull up the artist.
Premonitions.
Damn.
The artist did sign their name on there. It's right in the corner. I'm trying to get the name of the artist.
Yeah, it's signed Jimmy Prine, which is his grandson.
No, it's the cover artwork is
pencil.
It's funny. It's funny. In the last episode,
Jimmy,
I could not for the life of me.
That's great. Of course, I'll use that for my album cover.
Oh, put it on the cover.
I got you this, Grampy. No, it's funny. In the last episode, I could not for the life of me find the name of the artist who did the exquisite Reanimator poster, original poster. But here, I go right to the wiki, and I can pull up John Callahan, who did Lost Dogs and Mixed Blessings. He probably did it in an afternoon. With
John Prine, who the fuck is
whatever
that?
he found on the sidewalk. No, it's kind of a comic-y, again, it's a Sunday morning comic strip looking artwork, and it's kind of funky. It's kind of cool.
It's
different.
It's not cool. It's bad. It's very bad.
It's very folky. I mean, folk was his brand.
But
he was a mother folker. He was a mother folker from way back. Folk was his brand, and this is absolutely folky. And it's the only one of his covers or one of the few of his covers that isn't his face. But he had a ton of music, a ton of just pumping out folk songs that many people did not hear. I lived in Austin, Texas for a while, and he's kind of like a local hero. He's a thing. And again, my favorite song, Fish and a Whistle, is on Dented Orange, which is just him looking like he got out of bed.
Do you real quick, do you guys know who John Callahan is?
Yeah.
No. Is it the artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So John Callahan is actually a pretty famous dude. He was a cartoonist who was like a crazy alcoholic, and after he broke his back, was in a wheelchair.
Oh.
And so he became this cartoonist.
Oh shit!
I totally know who this is.
They just came out with a movie about him with Joaquin Phoenix. And his stuff
shit, dude! We just walked into a legacy.
We just walked into
yeah.
dang. Bridge Engineer pulling it off because I kind of just skipped over it.
Yeah, his he's dead now. I think he died a couple years ago. But his art is hilarious. His comics. His famous one is a couple.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, his famous one is the cowboys in the desert, and they come upon an empty wheelchair, and the caption is, "Don't worry, he won't get far on foot."
Yes.
Oh, which became a movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have another legacy to go into.
John Callahan, we apologize for desecrating your name here.
Yeah, John Prine, I'm sorry that you had like 8 strokes and probably fell and hit your head on the bed knob of your bed and look a little funky when you died. But you know what? We love you for your music.
You made some fun tunes. Again, this is Sunday afternoon music. It's funny when I looked up both him and Bill, I was like, these guys aren't really all that related, but it's kind of funny how they fell into the same kind of lane as far as the folky side of their genres, and just giving us a snapshot of their lives as they go through the storm that is the music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's awesome. And you know what? We pour a little liquor out for you, John Prine,
JP, and BW,
and
Bill
B-Dub.
Withers.
Bill Withers.
Bill Withers, Naked and Warm.
I love that.
Check it out, folks.
Yeah, check it out. Check him out. Love him. Pour a little liquor on his grave if you know where it is. And this is going to bring me into our next cover warrior.
And I'm so
Ladies and
excited.
gentlemen, I have a big one
Cover
for you.
warrior.
I have a big one. All the way from Argentina. Argentina? Yeah, sure. Let's go with
All the
that.
way from Argentina.
Argentina, we have Juan Antonio Gimenez Lopez.
Oh man, this guy's
all right.
this guy's stuff is so amazing. It just, oh my gosh.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty
God,
amazing.
look at
So
that
he was
face.
born November 26th, 1943 in Mendoza, Argentina. And sadly, like the rest of our cover warriors, he passed April 2nd, 2020. And he did indeed die from COVID-19 complications. He was 76 years old. So, you know what? Wear those masks.
Wear those masks.
Wear those fucking masks, because you're going to kill some amazing artists.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's the thing that I realized with all this was like, holy shit, like all of our favorite artists are easily 60 plus. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is dangerous. This is a bad day for the cover decoders, because yeah, the most vulnerable people are all of our favorite artists from, the days of vibrant,
amazing,
hardcore,
metallic, fantastic Geiger-esque art. So let me give you guys a little background on Gimenez here. So he came out of high school as an industrial designer, which I don't know obviously he was born back in the day, but you don't come out of high school as an industrial designer.
You are if you're Juan-gimenez.
So if that gives you a clue, though, what you can glean from that is this guy was into machines. He was into the glint of metal and steel,
and skin,
and that too. So so that makes sense with his art. He's very dedicated, machine orientated, and if you look at his art, it's very Geiger-esque. You can see some hard similarities between the two. So
it's not as dark, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's not as dark.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any Geiger really.
No, I absolutely do. If you look at the tubing, if you look at the way that the lots of the metal fuses into his pieces, that's where I see the Geiger. I mean,
lots of texture.
You don't have the wieners going into the weird holes. The colors aren't as dark, but it's the precision and the detail and the metallic colors that I see.
Yeah, and all of Geiger's stuff is lit by black lights.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Juan's is just good old fashioned
joy,
incandescent. Yeah.
Anyway,
his lighting.
His lighting is fantastic. So he strolled the halls of the National University of Cuyos School of Arts and Design, and he finished up at the Academy of Fine Arts in Barcelona. So we know He does machines. He loves that kind of stuff. He goes to art school. So he's dedicated to his craft, and he starts to figure it out. He was active from the 70s to the early 2000s. So, man, he had a long-standing career. I forget what he was doing before, but he didn't do comics full time until he was in his 30s. That's when he started publishing. Yeah. So folks out there, if you're just like really slogging through it and you're like, man, I'm never going to be a comics guy. Juan didn't start until he was in his 30s. So you got plenty of time. Yeah. Keep going.
We're pushing on our middle age crisis, and we're still figuring our shit out.
Some of us are.
Well, some of us have sipped the youthful
the pool of youth. I'll be a cover artist one day. You'll see, damn it, Marge.
So
just one more cover. The band's gonna make it, babe.
What is his? I'm looking at some of these images. What did he paint? What was this, watercolor?
Hold on. So I'm getting there. Real quick, tapes time. Real quick. He wasn't just an artist, however. He was also a writer, and so he had stories. He was publishing stories as early as 16 in magazines Fonterra, Mysterix, and Horacera. So all around, this guy, he was just a creative dude. That's what he liked to do. He liked to create.
CD.
Yeah, so before we get into some of his later achievements, I want to start off with something pretty amazing. Brengineer in particular, maybe you too, Inks, is going to love this. So he's recognized for his stories and art in Metal Hurlant. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right, which is translated as howling metal. So I'm just going to read this straight from a bio I got off Wiki. The bio is pretty strong here. There's actually a lot of information on this. So I'm going to read this real quick. So Metal Hurlant was a French comics anthology of science fiction and horror comic stories created in December 1947 by comic artist Jean Girard, who you will know as Mobius.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Philip Droulet, which if you know Philip Droulet, you know Lone Sloan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So together with writer-journalist Jean-Pierre and financial director Bernard Farkas, the four were collectively known as Les Humanoids Associants, which means the humanoids.
Holy shit.
Dude, so which became the name of their publishing company, which released Metal Hurlant. So this guy starts writing these stories for this group called the Humanoids, which is made of a super group of four dudes. Two are illustrators and writers. One is a journalist, and one is like their financial director. So we have just discovered this super group, right?
The fucking Avengers.
Dude, the Avengers.
Kick-ass art.
Foreign comics. So check this out. Check this shit out. So
I'm about to blow my whole stimulus check on this shit.
Yeah, I'm about to make your pineal gland pop out of your butthole. So,
way to go.
So that became the name of their publishing releasing was Metal Hurlant. So check this out. It was published in the United States by National Lampoon under the title Heavy Metal.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this is what started heavy metal.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. So,
about to blow my stimulus check on those.
If you open up my first link here, you'll see that it is a picture of Juan there, as well as one of his heavy metal covers. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Really well done.
It's not a bear hug.
That is absolutely true. It is not a bear hug. So he was part of this group, guys, that created one of the most influential. If you guys don't know, specifically Howling Metal was like the first dark sort of erotic fantasy sci-fi magazines. It was one of the first places where artists could go who didn't want to just do like, superheroes. And that's what heavy metal was in the States. Heavy metal became the same thing. So it's just a place for artists with talent who didn't want to do the typical mold of what everyone else was doing.
I mean, everything is turned up past 11, and you can actually follow their Instagram and see a lot of these awesome images from their magazines. But every single one is is something that your mom or dad would see you looking at and be like,
What are you looking at there?
What in the hell are you looking at, boy? And
You get
don't
a Brendan
understand,
your dad
Mom."
moment there. What the hell is this crap?
I actually have the first issue right
that's
here
the first issue.
What?
from
Dude, that's it right there.
Oh
yeah,
my
first
God.
issue from 1977, near mint condition. It's a beautiful magazine.
I'm pretty sure that's Mobius too.
And if you flip around the back, there's the guy who did Lone Sloan.
Yep, that's Philippe.
And it's got it's got some Mobius right there.
It's just fantastic. Look at the texture.
Beautiful, big. It's color and black and white. The art's huge. It's a thick magazine. It's not skimping like a lot of magazines.
Do you guys? All right. Do you guys?
It's an
out there,
artist's
you gotta see
magazine.
these connections. It's insane. Just like the things you find out. You know, I see this guy has died. I see his art. I'm like, this is amazing. It seems familiar. And you start to do a little research, and holy shit, the stuff you find out. So it just goes deeper. Okay, so here we go.
What?
So
He touched you in your childhood in a good way.
dude, yeah.
It shows that you can do a lot as a group. I think a lot of artists try to strike out on their own, do their own thing, and like obviously these guys were they had a strong foundation in what they were doing before they got together. But if you're artists and you've got game, and you know other artists and they've got game, team up, see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you guys. Creativity is so much better with other people because on your own you're gonna question yourself. You're not gonna push out stuff. But when you have other people behind you, they're gonna look at your stuff and they're gonna say, "What are you talking about? That's amazing shit."
Yeah,
you know?
With anything, you're going to feed off of each other. I would just say, like, I'm not a big fan of art school, but I think the best part about art school and art classes, and you can actually do this with like-minded people on Meetup and stuff like that. You can go to these things and just be around other artists and see what they're doing and get on that vibe. And I guess what we're all trying to say is, like, find your tribe and feed off each other. You don't have to lone wolf it, and it's just going to make you better.
Yeah, I think it truly will. So let me keep going with this. So this guy, he contributed to so many contributing magazines was one of his big things. So he did Italian magazine, I can't pronounce it, El Errante, as well as Spanish mag, Zona 84, Comics Internationale. He did comics for Italian magazines, French, and as well as heavy metal. So this guy was all over the board putting his art out. However, we're going to get into his most well-knowns. Here we go. So go ahead and open up slide Exhibit A. You guys are going to get very excited for this. One of the things he was most well-known for was he designed the Harry Canyon segment for heavy metal. Yes, that is right. Check it out. Dude,
I'm trying to get there. Here we go.
The characters, you're going to notice all of them. They're all there. It's pretty much... frame for frame, the characters that he designed are the ones in heavy metal. Which, I mean, you've seen it. Take that ride. If you haven't seen Heavy Metal, the film, as an artist, it's a sin. It's a criminal sin, guys. Get out there and watch it.
Watch it for the music, for the visuals, for the
boobs,
just the
for the
this is the
mams.
Craziness. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing been like it since they made a terrible sequel. Don't watch that. But just the original Heavy Metal film is just purely amazing.
Yeah, and I like that it's almost a collection of shorts, but they're all connected in a way.
Yeah, absolutely,
It's like
dude.
a hub film.
It's like a perfect way to do an anthology.
You gotta get your sacred glowing Lochnar. And let me tell you, if you get a chance to touch that Lochnar, touch it because you might get a giant dong. Just throwing it out there.
Take chances.
Big.
Turn it up to I think his swinging dork is what they called it.
This dude, he goes on, he creates this amazing segment. Harry Canyon, by the way, is the first segment, well, technically second segment in the film, and it's probably one of the best ones. It's definitely one of the most quotable, one of the most memorable. So he did that, and then probably one of his biggest contributions that most people know him for is the sci-fi space opera epic Meta Barons. Meta Barons
Jordowski's
folks,
on this.
Was written by Jorodowski. It was written by Jorodowski. So,
which connects back to Mobius hard.
So let me give this to you real quick. So Meta Barons is a sci-fi opera epic about 5 superhuman warriors who are part of a royal family. They're sworn to victory at any cost. They follow like a Bushido type code. Each one is maimed by their father, usually losing a limb. That limb is then installed with like a technological piece. And then after that, it sets them on a path to kill their father in single combat. This series...
This is Space Kill Bill.
Yeah, this series was heavily influenced by Jordor's Dune film. The film that was never made, the art, the storyboards, all of that was incorporated into the ideas for this project.
What the heck?
Man.
How have I never heard about this?
Dude,
I'm telling you.
Gimenez did all the artwork for this shit. Okay, not only this, it gets deeper. Ready? So check this out.
Are we looking at this?
With
yes,
the sword?
That is what we're looking at. That is a cover. That is one of the covers he did.
I am on a full texture ride right now.
Yeah,
and
there's so many.
Anything with textures like this is just
ride.
is setting my pineal gland off.
I mean, look at the cuts in the face mask, and
Holy
like
shit.
the rust. It's just
and like how a lot of times in sci-fi you see, not always, but this is a cool like opposition to what sci-fi where everything's clean, everything's functional.
Oh no, this is dirty.
No,
this is grime.
This is dirty.
Dirt.
There's space dust in those little like nooks in the knuckles, and I just love this shit where like everything's customized, everything feels lived in. Yes, that to me that is my favorite type of sci-fi.
And what a trip. So check this out. Jordowski, he started off he started what he called the Jodoverse. The Jodoverse, the Jodoverse, right? Which started with Incanal. Are you guys familiar with Incanal?
No.
Or Incal? Incal is Jodo. I always fuck up his name. It's Jodo. You're going Jodo. I'm shortening.
While you're struggling with the name,
I'm Jodoing hard. So
you guys have got to see Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yeah, and if you guys like that, so Jodo and Mobius created Incanal. Incanal is like a sci-fi fantasy series. It's almost all of Mobius's artwork you're going to see is in Incanal, right? And Incanal was a series of stories, or Incal, and Meta Barons is the follow-up to Incanal with Mobius. Dude, you
guys can't see, but my tapes frame is shaking as if there's like.
I'm doing
dude. I'm looking at some of this Meta Barons art, and I'm just freaking.
It's incredible,
out. Dude. I'm freaking out.
So there's
what the heck?
I put one in the link there. If you see his Space Marines, guys, you're gonna see so many. Dude. You're going to see so many comparisons to pop culture things, to different art that you've seen. This has influenced so many different things.
It's incredible
when you see it. And so here's the amazing part, right? His style. So I tried so hard to find out what his medium was. And I watched videos on YouTube. Finally, what I did is I looked up some of his pieces, and they were on sale. So what it was, watercolor, colored pencil, and India ink.
Yeah. Bro. That's Mobius. That's Mobius tools as well.
So here's the thing. And then I watched a video of him doing one. Yeah. It's literally him sketching in pencil, and then it's him inking. And the interesting thing is, you guys might know better, India inks, it's a liquid-based ink, and it's like he was painting with the ink. So I think he was using water-based ink. I don't think it was an ink pen. It might have been. But then he was just watercoloring. It's insane. How can you get that level of detail, that texture with watercolors? These guys are super, super fucking human. It is incredible, guys. Yeah. And if you watch him do it, he busts out this phenomenal piece in, I don't know, like maybe 15 minutes. And he's it's nothing. It's nothing for him.
Here's the thing about, I like to work fast when I paint. I'm I'm like 50 years behind this guy. Maybe when I'm 82 years old, I'll be as good as this guy. But what I've found is if you're taking too much time, you lose the organic look of things. So when you watch a lot of these, when you watch a lot of these speed painters, they're just slopping paint on the brush, on the canvas. That's what they're doing, and you get all these little textures. And then when they're done, it's this photorealistic thing, you know. So I find like the more time I've stuck into a piece, the more like cartoony it becomes.
Yeah, I have to say, like, it's all about muscle memory. Just keep going. Just keep practicing. If you guys feel like you're not where you want to be, you're probably right. I'm not where I want to be, but you keep going, and to the point where you can sit down and start slapping stuff on, but your body and your brain just knows where to put the paint. And
those floppers.
You become a Juan-gimenez. I just listened to an interview with James Gurney, who did Dinotopia, and he likes to work outside and do paintings outside in the live air because it actually limits your amount of time because the light's changing. So you have to be fast. And it gives you those constraints. So I would say if you're, and you're right, you get to a point where you overwork a painting, and if you give yourself constraints to be like, okay, I'm going to spend this much time, or I'm going to work outside to where I only have so much lighting, or one of the things that I've taken up recently is doing life drawings again. Where you're timing yourself.
Me, inks?
I will lovingly sketch every hair.
I'll cover up with a tape.
It sketches tapes again. But again, give yourself constraints and don't feel down if you're not where you want to be. You just keep going. You keep plugging away. The next painting holds more promise. And then these guys, they're masters, but it's because they did this shit constantly, and they probably, and you see a lot of this with the old guys, is they were trying to pump stuff out to make that money because artists just didn't really make a lot of money back in the day.
They had to figure out how to do it. And here's the other thing that's amazing to me. Looking at this, when I found out that he was using watercolors, it blew my fucking mind. Because I honestly, looking at the Metabarons, and granted, I don't know for sure if it's not oils, but I can almost guarantee you that he's using watercolors. I would not have thought that you could do that kind of stuff.
I like watercolors. I like watercolors. I use them because you like you said, you can use a water-based ink when it dries and you put watercolor over it. It doesn't budge. It doesn't smear. It doesn't fade. And so you can do your sketch. You can ink it out with the high contrast, and then you can go in with the watercolor and add color to your highlights. But if you like to do like high contrast like this, get that waterproof ink. In the form of a pen, or you can get it in a brush pen. He probably had a little jar of it, and when it dries, the water can't hurt it or affect it, and so you can get a good black and white down, and then you can add color to it afterwards.
Well, that's the thing that's amazing is it really goes to show folks, like, if you're stuck with your medium, fucking change it. Try something else. Yeah. Because you can get just the detail. You can get the detail with oils. You can get the details with watercolor. I mean, not to pull his spool too much, but Brengineer over here, some of the detail he's been getting on his recent pieces with acrylics are amazing. And normally when you see acrylic pieces, you see them as these kind of blotchy, surrealistic kind of pieces. But Brengineer is doing these amazingly detailed little inserts in his piece, and it's amazing to look at. You have to just try things and figure out what works, and that's what's cool about Juan-gimenez is you can just tell by looking at his art that this guy, he found out what he liked, he got good at it, and he just fucking you go for it.
Here's the thing: you find what you like, you paint your painting, people like what they see.
So real quick here before we Corona out. I'm going to end up here on a little... So Jorodowski actually had something to say on Gimenez's death. He said, I closely collaborated with Juan-gimenez for 10 years, and together we created the Metabarons saga. What facilitated my task as we offered him to work on the complex world of Metabarons was that he already embodied the immortal No-Name, the last Metabaron. In my unconscious, Juan-gimenez cannot die. he will continue on drawing like the master warrior that he was. Well
Dude,
said, Jodo.
Awesome.
Well said.
Jodo is so
Jodo, bro.
dramatic, but it's so good.
Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the part 2 of our Corona days. Pour out some liquor. Really shitty that we had to lose a couple artists.
Yeah.
You know, that anyone is dying to this thing, but you know, hopefully it ends soon for all of us, for whoever's out there. Do the right things. You know, sanitize your drink bleach or whatever you're doing. I personally have been doing I've been doing a hot bacon water enema as part of the 4th.
Is this another Schlecht? Schlecht?
Hey, make fun of it all you will, but I just finally reached the 4th pinnacle of the 3rd triad of Schlecht's of the Schlecht diet, and let me tell you, the bacon water enema. I feel
Is
reborn.
Schlecht going strong? Is he still doing the video seminars?
You know he is, but it's a DVD. You have to order it. It's a DVD. It only comes in at 12 o'clock Eastern time. You got to get on there and dial. It's a new number every time.
Someone help Schlecht get into the 21st century here.
He can't. He'll get arrested for various charges. all unfounded. All unfounded. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Look at some art. Check out Gimenez. Check out some Bill Withers.
Dude,
check out some
blow
sad
your stimulus
Prine.
check on some of this heavy metal art.
Watch some Stuart Gordon.
Oh, that's right. Watch some Stuart Gordon.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Pull out your pineal glands, slap it on the table, and see what comes out.
Yes, some masters have passed, but
Yeah.
their work is still here. Their work is still here for you, and you can get inspired, and maybe you'll be the next one.
And that's what it's all about.
You just got to keep going for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up here real quickly. Please, if you have comments, if you have covers, if you have corrections, we want them. We'll take them. We're not always right. Send them to us on our Instagram, Cover Decoder. Send them to us on whatever media we have. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, whatever you want. Send it to us.
So at Cover Decoder on Insta, Cover Decoder at Gmail if you want to just give us an email. We're mostly Insta and email folk. We have a Facebook, we have a Twitter. You're not going to find us on there. We are hardcore Insta boys because we are all about the visuals, obviously. And so we're all about the Insta. You can send us covers. You can get inspired. You can inspire us, and maybe you'll hear us talk some shit about your favorite cover.
Oh, yeah, about your cover.
An episode coming soon.
Please like us, follow us, tell your friends about us, write a comment. We appreciate anything.
Easily.
Thank you guys for listening. Check out some
guys.
dead artists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover Decoder.
Celebrate your artists. Woo!
Thanks, guys.